Like, I signed everything in the beginning, but once they actually started getting to the surgical process and my rights, I was just reading it and just was stuck. I had a pen, like, I'm like, I don't know what I want to do. I'm like, God, give me a sign. Like, I don't know what I should do right now. I'm sick. Should I do this? Should I not? Am I just selfish? Is it okay to be selfish because I'm young? You know, like, I know you're going to forgive me, but am I going to forgive myself for this? Hi friends, it's your girl Goddess Imaja, your favorite millennial mama. Come have a sip with me. Okay, so in today's video, I want to share my testimony on how I became pregnant at 20. Yes, you see this little baby girl right here? Yeah, so let's get into it. So I am very well known for elongating my stories. So I'm going to do my best to give a summary of, just the main bullet points of how, how this happened, my mindset, and just everything else. So this happened around November time. And, I don't know why, but a part of me just thought I could never get pregnant. Like, I prayed to God, I prayed to the Most High that I was like, listen, don't let me be a teen mom. Literally, like, throughout my whole, when I first started having sex, I was like, listen, don't let me be a teen mom. God, like, protect me, make sure I'm good. So when I found out that I was pregnant, I was like, oh my God. And I found out exactly when I was 20. So I wasn't necessarily a teen mom, because, so I guess I should have been changing my prayer, like, God, don't let me get pregnant till I'm about 25, okay? But boom, me and my boyfriend I noticed as soon as it happened, so many different emotions was going through my mind because, I was just like, I know that I wanted to always travel. I'm such a free-spirited, I'm such a alive person. I don't sit down. It's very hard for me to sit down and stay down. So when I found out that I was pregnant, I was like, oh my God, this is going to change my whole life. This was new to both of us. We both was not planning to have a child so soon, especially in our relationship. He had plans himself. So we like, we don't know what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna be very transparent with you guys on this show. So we did take the 72-hour pill and it didn't work. We literally took it the next day. Like, after, we had sex, we took it the next day. After that, I still wanted to take a test. I knew my period didn't come on yet. I just knew because I was keeping track of the time. Like, I was on it. It wasn't even time for my period to come on. I ended up taking a pregnancy test. I took 3. They all came out positive. So I said, oh, it might be something wrong with the test. Let me go to the doctor and schedule it. Went to the doctors and they said, you are absolutely 100% pregnant. So, with my parents, I normally hide stuff. This one, I was very transparent about. As soon as I found out that I was actually pregnant, I went straight to my mom. And I was like, I'm pregnant. I don't know what to do. And, she gave me a talk. She said, I think you should, you do whatever you want to do. But if you get an abortion, it's going to be all right. If you don't get an abortion, then that's gonna be all right too. And I know my mom and my dad, they all had different expectations of me, for my life, and none of us expected me to get pregnant because I feel like they partly knew that if I did get pregnant, I'd probably keep my baby. So we just going back and forth, telling my man that, I think that's what I want to do because I'm like, I'm not ready for a child. You're not ready for a child. We have dreams and goals and things that we want to accomplish. And I don't know if we could do that right now, having a child. And he was just like, I support whatever you want to do. So him just saying that just really made me feel good all around. Fast forward, mind you, like, I'm a very just conscious, spiritual just being. I don't think that things are is on face value at all. So even though I was saying, okay, yeah, I think I'm going to get the abortion, it's like I just kept thinking about it so hard. Like, what would happen to my body? What is this procedure going to do spiritually? Like, what? I just was asking myself questions that I could not have an answer to. Of course you can't have an answer to. So I don't like surgery. I don't do anything that, I don't really agree with medically induced things. I'd rather do things the way that it is closest to us as a human being without tearing away little bits and pieces of us. That's just how I like to move and do things. So I was like, let me just take the pill because I don't want to have no surgery for it. I didn't know that taking the pill was basically like having a miscarriage. Mind you, I was very depressed at this moment because I'm like, I can't believe I have to do this. I felt really bad about it. You know, I was like, what? The Most High, why would you do this to me? Why would you? Like, I was praying, we was talking. You're like, why would you put me in this type of position? You know, to make me have to do something that goes against my values. And like a week before I went to go take it, I told my mom, you know, yeah, I scheduled my appointment. And she was like, well, you know, did you schedule for the surgery or for the pill? I said, I scheduled it for the pill. And she totally like aired me out, y'all. She was like, that's like you had a miscarriage. You know what that's going to do to your body? And scared me. So I was like, oh my God, I didn't even know. I just thought that take the pill. I don't even know what I thought. I don't know what I thought, you know. I was just like, the pill would just be less invasive than them having to suck it out of me. So she was like, if you're going to do it, you're going to have to get the suction. So it was very hard for me to hear. The fact that I had to put myself through surgery to get rid of something that naturally occurred in my body. And I don't trust, you know, what they say. I don't trust what they do afterwards. So I just had so many questions, you know, and I was just keeping still communication with my man. I'm like, yeah, so I'm having to get it suction. And he like has the same values, like I said, as me. So, you know, he's like, well, what's going to happen to the baby? You know, like what they going to do with the baby? Like, we're like, you know, because it's still going to be some type of fetus. So we was really concerned about that aspect. This was like, okay, you know, that's fine. Like, it's just going to be like, we just going to get the section. He was like, okay, if that's what you want to do, you know, we could do it. I support you. So I scheduled it and I missed the first appointment. I missed that appointment. So now I'm at 2 times scheduled for my abortion and I missed both of them. The first one was because it was a pill. And I was like, yeah, well, of course, I mean, I'm going to miscarriage. I don't want that to fuck up anything worse. So I didn't go there. And then the second one was for my first section. I missed it because, I don't know, I was just depressed and sad. Long story short, I scheduled the abortion again. So like first time, I think my mom was going to go with me. And the next time I had asked my man to come with me for it. Like I wanted him to be my support system because we kind of did this together. So we went down there to drive to like the women's center. The whole car ride, it was just silent. We didn't say anything to each other. It was just like this big behind elephant that was in the room. And you know, we was just like, we were just silent. And once we actually pulled up, we seen these 2 white guys that was standing outside who was like anti-abortionists basically. They had posters. They was like, don't kill your baby. They was like, you're so beautiful, black is beautiful, don't do that. I don't even remember what they were saying, but it's just that because we were already just not strong in the decision to do that, like just hearing them just made both of us feel even more worse in our own way. Is 2 white men telling us, a black family, black is beautiful, do not kill your child, and we thinking, you know, things are on a whole deeper level. So but we ignore it. We pull up and, you know, I go in and I just get irritated because the security officer and everybody there was all super nice and so welcoming, and I just was like, I'm coming here to kill my child. That's how it looked to me. Why are you being so nice to me? You know what I mean? But it's like, it's your job. You're literally getting paid to support people like this. So it was like you know, it was just I ignored it, but that's just how I was feeling on the inside, was just guilt, you know? It was just guilt. Go in, I'm just taking my time, and I look to the side, and the energy in there was just horrible. It was just very low. Everybody was sad, depressed. You could smell it, you know? You could feel it when you walked in there. And I noticed too, it was only black women. It was all black women in there. And I felt like, okay, that might be something. So the lady is talking to me, you know, cost $700 to get it. We had the money. She giving me the papers to sign. And I'm just so mad at myself to be sitting in that room waiting. I read the papers because, like, I was just so deep into it. I'm like, I want to know exactly what they're doing to my body. I want to know exactly what's going to happen to this fetus after she's out of my body. I just wanted to know everything. And I felt like that was just my responsibility. So I wasn't just going to pretend anything. Like, I told him, like, it was just between me and myself that this is how I could hold myself accountable, being responsible for being irresponsible. Like, I signed everything in the beginning, but once they actually started to get to the surgical process and my rights, I was just reading it and just was stuck. I had a pen, like, I'm like, I don't know what I want to do. I'm like, God, give me a sign. Like, I don't know what I should do right now. I'm sick. Should I do this? Should I not? Am I just selfish? Is it okay to be selfish because I'm young? You know, like, I know you're going to forgive me, but am I going to forgive myself for this? My man, he then comes in and, you know, he says, let me talk to you for a second. So when I see him, I didn't even think I got happy. I just was like, why do you want to talk to me? You know, like, what's going on? But I was relieved to get out of there, get out of that space. So, you know, he comes and we sit in the car, we talk. He like, listen, don't do this. Like, we don't gotta do this. We can make it work. You know, this wasn't expected, but we together, we gonna do it together, and we gonna raise a beautiful child. We both cried. I was just like, I know it's gonna upset my mom. It's gonna upset everybody if I decide to have this baby. I was like, I believe you. And honestly, in my heart, I don't even want to do this anyway. We had our moment, we had our talk, and we drove off. And then as we was driving off, like, we both said, fuck it. The white guy stopped the car and he said, you know, you are a hero. And that really did mean something to both of us, you know, in different ways though. He's like, you know, you're a hero. And I really felt it, like, heroes don't wear capes. You know, now it's May, about to be June. My baby is going to be here in July, a little baby girl, and she's going to be alive, you know, because of me and because of Israel, you know. So she's going to be able to experience this world. And the world may not be perfect, but we are going to do our best to raise a grounded child, you know, and make her world exactly what it's meant to be. It just felt good. I decided that I will be, quote unquote, a stay-at-home mom, so I can raise the baby girl, so we can educate her properly, so that we can give her the love that we wish that we had, so we can bring her around the community that we wanted to be raised upon, that we created. And I'm going to go ahead and do my business on the side. This is one aspect of my business. With him, he's gonna go work his job and also have his business, and I'm going to be able to support him in his business while he's working. I'll be like the technical side, doing whatever I can do to support his clothing brand at home as I'm watching a baby. We was boyfriend and girlfriend. We had a role within each other that we respected and that worked for us. But now, as we're becoming two parents, I'm going to be the mother of his child and he's going to be the father of my child. We had to shift our roles and we had to figure out something that's going to work for the both of us, for our value system. And You know, a lot of people ask me, am I going to go to school? I am going to get my certificate in this thing that I'm planning, which I'm not going to really talk about now. I'm just going to do it. And you know, and we gonna grind it up. We gonna come up, and we still gonna do the things that we enjoy to do. We just going to manage it, do some time management added to it. That's how we're deciding to raise her. How I'm going to decide to raise myself is also very important, because I'm a very goal-oriented person. So I want to push myself to do different things, which is why I make sure that I feel good, I look good every day. You know, I make sure that I'm eating good still, or just doing little small things to put myself out there, to educate myself any way I can, so I can still just continue to learn and also go out, you know, with my friends and meet new friends as well. Very, very important as for myself to not get distracted and being just a mom. You know, being a mom is very important. But if I don't do things for myself, I could get lost in that, and that could affect my child. So it's important for me to also still learn myself even more, and challenge myself even more, so that when I'm back to her, she has somebody that has their own individuality. She has somebody that is stable mentally and emotionally, so that I can be open for her. I can be ready for her emotions, her fluctualities, and just grow. That's my story of how I became pregnant at 20 years old. There's so many things that I've learned since holding my baby girl, and so many things that I still have yet to learn. Beyond all that, I'm very proud of where I'm at, and I'm excited to see what's to come. I believe in myself, I believe in my partner, and I do believe in the Most High as well. So yeah girl, if you are pregnant right now watching this, you may have a completely different story than mine, but I just want you to know it's gonna be okay. And whatever you decide to do, just make sure it's your decision, and stand by your decision, and just be willing to pivot, because that's what life is about. Life is about unexpected things happening all the time, and just as a human, us having to be able to change directions. So I support you, girl, whatever you do. I love you so much. Stay beautiful, stay cute, and stay prayed up. Bye.